Yo, it's RedIn30. RedIn30 pod. Give me some more. Turn it up.
I gotta go get that. Waste no time playing around. I gotta go send that. Got some hitters on the ground. I know you love that. All my hitters wearing crowns. Yeah, I whip that. When I'm riding around town, drop a LB, don't have to re-up. Tracks on the drive, got my feet up. But I'm right back in the hill, turning the heat up. Got the levels jumping up the meter. Hey, I can tell you what I want. Hey, I just want you on this song. Yeah, play it on your way home. But you gotta understand, a lot of people wanna see me fall off. We stay winning, we ain't taking no loss. Always on the clock, we ain't taking time off. Staying on my grind, never lost in the sauce. A lot of people wanna see me fall off. We stay winning, we ain't taking no loss. Always on the clock, we ain't taking no loss.
No loss.
Turn on the beat, look at my feet, I'm about to run with it. I get a heat, it's on repeat, right when I'm done with it. Hop in the Jeep, out for a week, still having fun with it. All on the beach, palm on the trees, up in the sun with it. You ringing the bell, I'ma feed you.
Hey, bro.
Put it on the scale for no reason. Got the cheese like Rotel with the season. Feel it all like it's brown, but I see it. A lot of people wanna see me fall off. We stay winning, we ain't taking no loss. Always on the clock, we ain't taking time off. Ain't on my grind, never lost in the songs.
Ooh, yeah. Hey, yo, this is RedIn30. It's the RedIn30 podcast where we make you red in 30. Literally, we got 30 minutes to do this. I'm here, I'm DM, my homie EJ.
Hello, friends.
That was EJ on verse 1. That was me on verse 2. So you already know there's no L. Go check that out. With Donovan Montreal and hello, my name is EJ. That's what it is. That's our artist right now. Y'all go check that out. RedIn30 is a 30-day reading of the Gospels. Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. Matter of fact, y'all know that already because if you're here right now, you've already signed up. You already know what it is. I don't need to give you the intro. We believe in the entire Bible. We believe the Bible is a story about who you and I are. We believe the red words tell us who we are in the story. You already know it's a 30-day reading of the Gospels. They should already know right now, EJ, because by this time they've subscribed and they jumped in already. Brought to you by God Can't Fail. GodCan'tFail.com. But we're here, and so, man, the last pod, bro, we were talking about the confidence and con artists, man. It blew my mind.
Right.
That the con, I just text my homeboy because I text Raj. Shout out to Raj, man. He gonna be on here sometime soon. But I text him because I text him about the movie. And he just texts all amp, but talking about, man, the movie was dope. And so I talking about, man, forget old girl, man, and da-da-da. So I saying all kind of stuff. And I said, bruh, what's funny is I never knew and I put in quotes, the con in con artist stood for confidence. That's
crazy.
Still, I know we talked about the last pod, but that's still
crazy, man. That's like,
you had a thought. You were telling me a thought too while we was off screen too.
Yeah, on the last pod, toward the end, we was talking about, people conning, you know what I'm saying? And, unintentional. It just, it's unintentional.
Right.
But you conning yourself out of your true identity. And I mean, when I think about that, that's like the ultimate disrespect. To con your own self out of your own true identity. It's nothing else to me. There's nothing else in this world that's
worse than
that.
Than tricking yourself.
Than
conning yourself out of their own possibilities. I told somebody the other day.
That's crazy.
I think I tweeted this. Did I tweet this? I put this, but I put the existence of God, right? What's the word I'll use? I put the existence of God proves the possibilities of mankind. Like the existence of God proves the power that we have on the inside of us to be. I mean, even the fact that we're here and how we were made. You know what I'm saying? I keep saying this, and I don't want to be overdoing it. But I got a baby on the way. But just today, I found out it's a little girl. So
yeah, woo!
Yeah. So pow. So but to see that we did an extensive ultrasound, and it was shown, you could see the formation of the brain, the two lobes of the brain, the split between the two in the spine. Then you see the two kidneys. You see the 4 chambers of the heart, a little bitty heart. But you see the 4 chambers of the heart, and you see they had a little part where you can see the blood, like the colors would show where the blood was pumping through. But saw the eyes. But when I say crazy, that's crazy. There's so much creativity and growth in just us.
Right.
You know, just us. I said us.
Right.
Just us, right? And it proves the possibilities that we have. Mm-hmm. I look in the kids and said, man, we about to bring a human into the world.
Right.
Like, what is going on? We get so used to it because everybody walking around and stuff like that, but it's like, yo, that's a big deal. I'm not a big deal because I'm having a baby. It's not that. But just I'm already, I was like that with the puppies and stuff like that. Like I got, you know what I'm saying? So I'm already like that. There's so much possibility and creativity and growth on the inside of us that our confidence should be in that. That's what it means when you say the kingdom of God is within you.
Right.
But you're conning yourself out of it. And what I heard when you were talking, the reason people unintentionally I say it's unintentionally, but when you're trying to preserve self, it's somewhat intentional.
Yeah,
but you wouldn't call yourself a con artist.
Right.
But the thing is, what's the greatest commandment in the law? Now, I like to say this, and I want to say this because people don't understand the law and the commandments and the action. What's the greatest commandment in the law? And Jesus hits them with, "Thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, thy mind, and thy soul." Mm. And the second is like it: love your neighbor as you love yourself. Now, what people don't understand about a lot of those things, and especially what Jesus was saying, was even the law that Moses had was not. They weren't. We dumbed them down because our confidence shifted. Yeah. All right, watch me, catch me. See, we conned ourselves. Well, we were conned in the beginning by the serpent. So because we were conned, our confidence shifted. So our confidence shifted from who we were to what we can do. Look. All right, easy. Watch how dope this is. Our confidence shifted. We con artists ourselves. We were con artists, and so we begin to con artists ourselves and others, right? Mm-hmm. Because our confidence shifted. God started talking about who we were first. He's made you in the image and likeness.
Right.
Then he says, be fruitful, multiply, replenish, subdue.
Right.
Because what you do is a response of who you are. But he got us to shift the confidence, the serpent, and now we shifted our confidence. Now our confidence became in what sacrifice could we make to make ourselves good? What laws could we keep to make ourselves good? But you got to realize when Moses gave the law, and I'm gonna get up to Jesus now because we're talking about the red words. Mm-hmm. When Moses gave the law, those were it wasn't like the law of gravity is not up for debate.
Right.
The law of gravity, and I'm using that for a reason. The law of gravity is not about what you do, but it's about how you align yourself up to what already is.
Right.
So when thou shalt not kill, it's not. He's not saying don't kill. Like he's saying don't kill because your confidence is in your doing. Your confidence is more in your hands than your heart. Your confidence is more in your do than your who. Listen to what I'm saying. So because your confidence, you've been con artist, your confidence artist. The enemy is a confidence artist because you've been con. The system, this whole system is they get you to believe in their artist, mm-hmm. the music artist and the television artists and the entertainers and I don't have anything against entertainers or music artists, but if you lead in the wrong direction or giving the wrong message, you're a con. Right. The money is a con. It's a con, bro, and we understand we got to move and maneuver, but it's a con because you begin to put your confidence
in that.
Yep. Your confidence is in man. Your confidence. You can't serve God and mammon.
Right.
You get it? You can serve God and have money, but you can't serve both of them. You see the confidence? Your confidence is in this. You've been con artists. So because we were so confident in what we can do, that's why we tried to do at first, because we wanted the confidence to be in us. We lost our confidence in who we were. So when we get to a law, back to the greatest commandment, you don't realize that this is actually a law that is. Mm-hmm. It is telling you what is and what will be, right? He says, love the Lord your God with your heart, your mind, and your soul, right? And the second is like this: love your neighbor, how? As you love yourself. Mm-hmm. Well, people are conning other people because they've conned themselves already by not loving the Lord their God with all their heart, their mind, and their soul. But they love. The Bible talks about men have been lovers of themselves. Listen to this statement. The scripture says they're lovers of themselves. So whatever you love. Remember, love is not a. Mm-hmm. There's an emotion, there's an affection with it, but it's an identity. God is love. So love is identity and identify. Mm-hmm. So when you love God, you identify God and you identify with Him. So whatever you love, right? That's who you're gonna hold to. So if you love yourself, you become lovers of self, then self becomes your God.
Yep.
See, watch this, and he says to make the statement. Ready for this? You gotta break this stuff down. I love the red words. God bless the red word. Thank you, Jesus. This is why I love it, because if you slow it down, you hear the phrase. He says, "Love the Lord your God." All right. Now, he didn't say love the Lord God, like the Almighty God. He said, "Love the Lord your God." Watch this. In other words, whatever you identify with becomes your God. That's what you're identifying with. That's the Lord. That's your Lord. That's your God. And you can be saying, "I love Jesus and I love God," and doing all the worship songs and singing all the Maverick City songs and singing all the Hillsong songs and singing all the whatever and crying and falling at the altar. But if you're a lover of yourself, self is your God.
Yeah.
And I'll prove it to you, because that's what Peter did. Soon as Jesus started saying what they got to go do and what's going to happen, he became a lover of himself, which in turn identified him to Jesus as Satan. And so the next thing he says is, "If any man come unto me, let him deny himself." You get what I'm saying? Because thou savest things that be of men and not of God. Now, deny yourself. That's the first thing he goes to, because he realized that you're a lover of self. So remember now the law. So what happens is these are actual things. These are actual principles that you have to align yourself properly to them. So love the Lord your God with all your mind. And second is love your neighbor as you love yourself. Now it comes also as a commandment, but it really is telling you what's going to happen.
Right.
Whatever you love with all your heart, your mind, and your soul is going to be how you relate this to yourself and your neighbor. And this is why I pray. Love your enemies and pray for those that despitefully use you.
Yeah.
And we have to learn this about people. And sometimes people don't know what's going on. Sometimes you don't know that you've been the counter. Me too. You don't know, and we got to take the blame for some of that stuff because we will love ourselves.
Yep.
And so we begin to manipulate situations for ourselves, and we're con ourselves out our own identity and in the other person.
Right.
You catch what I'm saying? But a lot of times we don't know it because we don't realize. I said this yesterday, and I had to teach a lesson yesterday, and it was so clear that the reason that I love the Lord's Prayer, because the Lord's Prayer covers everything, what I do know and what I don't know. And a lot of times I could be praying for a pain in my hand with my hand. I need you to stop hurting, but the pain in my hand is not the problem. Maybe it's something in my shoulder.
Yeah.
You know, when the people do massages and whatever, they'll find points in you and they say, "Hey, you know, it's something in your spine that's causing your shoulder to hurt, or causing your knee to feel some kind of way," right? But it's not even, the pain is hitting in your knee, but it's not even, the root of the pain is not even located in your knee. It's somewhere way else in the body.
Right.
So the same thing with your life and your emotions and your feeling. You think your mental health is because of this, but it's something else. So our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever. Amen. That prayer immediately puts everything on the operating table to God, and he can go in and do what he wants to do. You get it? So this is why it's so important, because you don't know sometimes that you're doing this. You don't know that the self is the reason for your malfunction.
Right.
Because your confidence is shifted. You have more confidence in how much money you can save than how much you can sow. You have more confidence in how much you can work on a job than realizing that you have a gift from God to be here on earth for a reason. And see, what happened is the serpent or the system has shifted our confidence. And because our confidence is shifted, now the way that we do others is shifted too.
Right. Where you been putting your confidence in?
Where have you been putting your confidence?
Right.
You get it? Because you could be con artisting yourself out of the greatness that God is in you. And then in turn, you know the statement they say hurt people. What they say? They love it. And hold on, people be thinking they got a revelation when they say it. They be like, well, hurt. They be saying on the podcast and stuff, and they be saying stuff. Give me an answer.
Right.
They say, well, you need to heal. How?
Help me.
Help me. You need to heal. Well, how?
Right.
Well, and then they start saying all the different little remedies, and now your confidence is in the remedy, and your confidence in this thing when you hadn't broken all the way down to where Jesus shows us. He said, I'm the way, the truth, the light. No man comes to the Father but by me. We're not talking about a ticket to heaven. He's showing you your true identity. Come to me, all you that labor and heavy laden, I give you rest. Take my yoke upon me and learn of me, for I'm meek and lowly in heart, and you'll find rest for you. That sounds like mental health fiction right there. Yep. He says, my yoke is easy, my burden is light. But because of, I'm about to get to a whole other set of con artists, because a lot of times religion and they about to get mad at me, but a lot of types of Christianity are con artistry because it gets you to put a confidence in something, but they don't give you the bare minimum truth of what it is. Right. So they don't ever tell you it's you. Greater is he that is in you. You get what I'm saying? Yep. Jesus is saying it. Jesus said, in that day you gonna go to the Father for yourself. The works I do, you're gonna do also. And greater than you do, because I'm out of here. He starts saying, you talk to the mountain. You move mountains, I get it. I understand it. Great song, wonderful. And ultimately I understand God is doing the work. But he's telling you to do it. You speak to the mountain. He's trying to give you a confidence in the God in you. Stop conning yourself by putting it in the sacrifice. Or stop conning yourself by putting it into these random affirmations and prayers. Stop conning yourself by putting into all this service that you're doing, all these different places. You're conning yourself. These things are trying to tell you who you truly are so the confidence can come out that way. You get it? That's a whole nother level. Right. So now I got you confined. I got you confiding in me laying my hands on you. And listen, I'm not saying that there's power in laying hands. There's power in those things, but let me tell you something. The last time I lay hands on somebody, and this is crazy, I'm gonna lay hands on somebody. I feel like I'm gonna fight somebody. I put hands on them. Last time I lay hands on somebody, I said, now, what you feel, you may feel a presence on you. You know, people falls down there, and they're scared for a lot of people and everything. You may feel a presence on you, but the presence is not. It ain't nothing. It ain't nothing special that I'm doing. I'm only assisting you in connecting to the power of God that's in you already. When Jesus talked to that man at the pool, they said, take up your bed and walk. He told the other man, go wash. He's spitting the dirt in there. He told him to go wash. He said, I'm coming to wash it for you. Yep. He said, you go wash. When it's time to do the wine, he said, y'all go get the water pots and go fill it up. Yeah. And then serve it. I'm not coming down there with y'all to do it because he's developing confidence in the God in them. You see it? Yep. And so there's a confidence that we can miss out on, right? Because we don't allow it to be built on the inside of us. Right. So now you lay hands, but the presence that you feel is an overwhelming presence of God from on the inside of you that makes you lose your regular self. You get it? But nobody says that. They'll say that God healed you, and this is true. They say that Jesus, this is true, but they don't realize that he heals you from the inside. Yep. And that is your faith and your power on the inside of you that's connected. And because there's a place talking about heal yourself, save yourself. We don't read those a lot because we want to be the person that other people have confidence in. All these titles and all these, and I have nothing wrong with the titles and positions sometimes are just indicators of what somebody's a point guard, a shooting guard. It indicates what they are. You get what I'm saying? The apostle, prophet, pastor, evangelist, they indicate who they are in the process of things. But it's not an overly confident thing because my confidence is in God in me. And if they don't tell me that truth right there, then they're conning me.
Yep. You're getting conned. Straight up.
Because Jesus says, you shall know the truth, and the truth will make you free.
Right.
Not only did he say, and he said this after, it's John 14, but in John 8, he says, you shall know the truth, and the truth will make you free. He's trying to tell you it's you. What you want to happen?
You the whole time.
All right, so then he tells you how to line it up. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done. He lines you up. You can line your confidence up to the confidence of God. You're confiding in God because when I confide in God, God has never taken anything from me. He's always empowered me to be more of who he called me to be. That's huge, ain't it? But we started off said you con yourself out of it. Right. You con yourself out of your confidence, and then your failures, watch this, your failures will cause you to try to get a victory based on somebody else. But did you hear that? It's like me. It's like me. I lost confidence in myself, right? Because I calmed myself out because I let the system calm me out. So now I think that I need to connect with you to get a victory.
Yeah.
When in actuality, my connecting to you, if you are legit, right? My connecting to you should be funneling confidence in myself to be more of who I can be. So now watch this. Every joint supplies. Every part can play its part. That should be it. When for somebody that is denying self and real about it, connection to them should be funneling confidence, not for you into them, but should be funneling confidence in you about yourself in God.
Right.
And that in turn strengthens connection, strengthens the bond, and then every joint supplies. But this doesn't have it much because we they talk about the generational curses of con artists. Right. You've been con. Your mama them was con. Your grandmother them was con. Your sister them con. Your brother them con. The people you around the how about say the one you married was con. The one you know what I'm saying? It's a con. Then you to raise these little con artist kids.
Right.
That don't give nothing to the community. They're always trying to take something. Yeah, bro. You see it? The shift of confidence. I'm telling you, the confidence artist, bro, it shifts the confidence. And now your confidence is shifted out of God and God in you. And now your confidence becomes self-preserving. And so you do whatever it takes for you to live. You see,
right.
When it's so beautiful for you to put your confidence in God.
Right.
And have your confidence in God in you and Christ in you, your confidence will be there. And then you begin to witness to other people by you. Witness when you see them, you realize how to develop, how to encourage their confidence in God in them. And I keep saying in God in them for a reason, because we got confidence in God.
Right. Right.
But it don't hit home until it's like it's like taking like okay, yeah, the medicine works, but it don't work until it's in you.
Yep. Yep.
If that don't make that's the most simplest thing. Yes, the medicine works. I don't use medicine. Yes, the vitamins work. Yes, whatever, but it yes, that smells good. Yes, that food looks amazing, but it really don't hit home until it's in you. You get it? So yes, God is almighty. He's gracious. He's all powerful. He can do all things, but it don't hit home until it's
inside.
It don't affect your life until it's inside you.
Inside, right.
The kingdom of God is within you. He's been trying to tell us the whole time.
Right.
Shifting the confidence. We've been conned, bro. We've been conned. Some of y'all sitting here right now, and you sitting there, it's like, you know that meme dude said, that goes on in my head all the time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Is that meme that dude be like, that one, and then the other one's like, both of those be back to back for me because I'd be like this, and the next thing I'll be like, so next time the con comes, or next time something shows up, or next time any idea, all failure, all lack, all disability, all attack on your health, those are trying to con you. They're trying to put your confidence in self-preservation instead of realizing that I'm already whole, I'm already prosperous, it's already inside of me, and it comes from the inside out, not the outside in.
Right.
See, it shifts the con. The system wants to con you to shift your confidence into it.
Yep.
As a system, and if you shift your confidence into it gets you to confide in it, and it gets everything you got. That's why you keep paying so much money for all these different things.
Right.
That's why you keep trying to go get all these different things, and people got degrees that they're still paying. And I'm not knocking none of that, but you just got to wake up and look at yourself for a minute and be like, that's what RedIn30 is about. It's about challenging the thought. That's why we do this podcast, challenge. And it's like, and then instead of being con, consider your ways.
Yep.
They say consider your ways. He said you're cold and you put on a jacket, but you're still freezing, right? He said you drink and you be thirsty and you keep drinking, but you're hungry and you eat, but you're never full. Yep. Then it says you bring in wages, but you put them in bags with holes in them. In other words, you're never able to sustain all you bring. And it says, consider your ways. And it's just a consideration. Once we consider our ways, we'll see where we've been getting conned at.
Right.
We've been getting conned.
Yep.
And so because we've been getting conned, we con others. We got to stop the con, man.
For real.
Got to stop the con, man. I don't know. This is RedIn30, guys.
For real, man.
This has been RedIn30 where we talk about Jesus, truth, and you. All using the red words. And, I mean, it don't get no clearer than that, bro. Y'all make sure y'all share this page with a friend or with somebody. Don't con them. Share it with
Stop the con. Man.
Stop the con. We're gonna do stop the con. We need to do a shirt say stop the con, man. Stop the con, man. And you don't even know you're doing. I pray for those that are watching. You know what I'm saying, that you change. You can leave the music on because I ain't got to get deep into it. I'm praying the Lord's Prayer for all of us that we can realize it, that we begin to stop conning ourselves, and then we'll stop conning others. You get it? And I know it sounds like he's a con artist. No, it's I'm not going that strong with it because it's subtle. And you don't even know you're doing it because the confidence is shifting. This is RedIn30, guys.